people know the Hunter Valley coal industry better than Tony Riley. After a 36-year career in the local mines, he now runs a coffee stand in the town of Aberdeen.
As far as coal goes, coal will always be around. I don't think they'll ever get rid of coal because it's just too good.
Supporters of the industry aren't hard to find here.
I've only got an hour. You know how flat out I am.
Well, it's a lifeline. It's been a lifeline for the last 2 years with this COVID, like keeping us going, and yeah, keeps a lot of young people in a trade.
It's our whole money. It's small business. It's families. It's kids' sports. It's everything for the Hunter Valley.
While Australia's trading partners look to a green future, the Hunter Valley is in the midst of a coal rush. Half a dozen mines are pursuing ambitious plans to extend their operations. Some are aiming to mine into the 2040s.
That export demand is likely to continue at these high levels for at least a decade or two.
Near the town of Muswellbrook, the owners of the Mount Pleasant mine are applying to build a new open-cut pit, double coal production and mine through until 2048.
You're looking at a very high coal price at the moment, so you want to get these productions started and underway prior to perhaps the coal price easing back.
It's not confined to the Hunter. Across New South Wales, coal companies are applying to extract close to 1 billion extra tonnes. As the Prime Minister tries to negotiate a deal on net zero, the future of coal communities has driven a wedge through the federal coalition.
We can have the debate there with the people of Muswellbrook, the people of Singleton, and the people and the people in the Hunter Valley about which plan is going to most likely keep them in a job.
Coal power took a significant hit last week when its leading financier backed out. China, along with South Korea and Japan, have committed to ending subsidies for overseas coal-fired power. David Lennox advises investors on the coal industry.
If we are right and the world does really embrace the green energy or non-carbon energy for electricity, then that will see, we believe, a significant drop away in thermal coal usage over the course of certainly probably beyond the 2030s.
Former mining boss Michael White is now a fierce opponent of plans to extend Hunter coal mines. After more than 20 years with BHP, including 8 as head of the state's biggest coal mine at Mount Arthur, he's now retired to breed horses and raise cattle. A recently approved extension to the Mangoola mine will bring it to within 3 kilometres of his boundary.
The final void is going to be down here in this area, essentially right at our feet.
You've had a long and successful career in the fossil fuel industry. Isn't it a bit rich for you now to oppose projects like this?
Well, I think it's a very legitimate question. My views over the last 2 decades have changed. In 2001, we didn't have the scale of open cut mining that we do have today and the consequential impacts. And the other thing that we didn't have is essentially the climate emergency.
Change is already underway at Michael White's old employer, BHP. While companies are pursuing expansion plans, some of the big miners are exiting thermal coal. BHP has been trying to sell its Mount Arthur operation for more than a year. Worth $2 billion just a few years ago, BHP now puts its value at negative $290 million.
The closing bell has rung and the sensible patrons have left. A few of the patrons have rushed to the bar and ordered 10 schooners before closing time.
This project will continue to provide employment and support the local area.
In mining communities, there's often an unspoken social contract with local people. Coal companies say the environmental impacts of operations on air quality, water and health are offset by the promise of local jobs and community building royalties. But the rise of automation threatens to tear up that agreement.
New South Wales Treasury predicts that while coal volumes will gradually drop off, employment will decline sharply. By 2050, 80% of coal jobs won't exist, representing 18,000 workers. The New South Wales government confirms these projections are accounting for technological advancements.
Central Control operate these trucks and program where they're going from down in Perth.
The automation revolution is well underway in West Australian iron ore mines. Equipment providers like Epiroc are now setting their sights on coal.
Now we're starting to see more customers coming to us and wanting to talk about automation on the East Coast coal market.
Automation in the mining industry is ultimately about safety.
Despite challenges posed by technology and global markets, Stephen Galilee believes the industry has a bright future.
We have the highest quality coal in the world here in New South Wales, including our thermal coal, which is world renowned for its low emissions qualities.
In the early 2000s, Sue Holliday oversaw the assessment of coal mines as Director General of the New South Wales Department of Planning. She believes coal communities need the same support that was given to logging regions in the 90s.
I would completely understand why coal miners are scared at the moment, because they're staring down a future where coal will be phased out. It's just a question of when. And so that's why I so strongly support the need for all parties to come round the table to talk about the future.
But many local people still think coal holds the key to a prosperous future.
I have advised and spoke to people telling them it's a good idea for young people especially to get a trade in the mines and long term. I still think it's a long term thing.
I can't see it going anywhere in a hurry.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.